Hi, I'm Pierce Jens with Baratza Support. Today I'm going to show you how to unclog your Forte grinder. Let's get to it. Rotate your hopper's valve to the closed position so we can go ahead and turn the hopper counterclockwise and lift it off to remove it. Remove the ground coffee bin. We need to get these few whole beans out of the burr area. At this point we're ready to unlock and remove the upper burr. Using the burr removal tool, go ahead and rotate the burr clockwise, unscrew it, and lift it out. It is very important not to turn the Forte upside down with the upper burr removed. If you turn the Forte upside down with the upper burr removed, the lower burr may fall out, which may require sending it to Baratza for service. Now, as long as we keep the grinder upright, it is quick and easy to unclog. You can see there is residual coffee around the outside of the burr. This is not the actual clog, but we do want to clean this out as well. So I'm going to go ahead and use my brush. I recommend using a vacuum here, if possible, to pull out the grounds. If you don't have a vacuum, we can turn the grinder upside down, but you have to hold pressure on the lower burr while rotating the grinder upside down to prevent it from falling out. I'm going to continue to clean it until these threads are clean and I have the coffee out of the burr area. An air compressor or canned air works very well for cleaning out the burr chamber. Once the bulk of the coffee has been cleaned out of the grinding chamber, we need to remove the lower burr by loosening and removing the 3 screws that secure it. With the burr removed, take one more time to clean out the coffee from the burr chamber. It is still important to support the lower burr before you turn the grinder upside down. The grinder is generally clogged in the beginning of the discharge chute. It's shown here. You can see I put the Allen key into the chute and there is in fact coffee blocking it. This is where the clog will lie and what we need to address. We need to brush all the ground coffee out of the burr chamber and especially out of the discharge chute. The discharge chute is near the front middle of the grinder. An Allen key works very well to access the chute, or if you have a brush from one of our conical burr grinders, the back side of the brush works well. Go ahead and clear any coffee that is in the chute out, and we're going to spend a couple of times brushing it and then supporting the burr while turning it upside down and tap the coffee out. After the ground coffee has been cleaned out of the burr chamber, take special care to ensure there is no ground coffee in the threads of the gearbox housing. We want to make sure these threads are squeaky clean. Once we have the lower burr and the burr chamber cleaned out, we can turn our attention to cleaning the upper burr and especially the threads of the upper burr carrier that also need to be squeaky clean. Finally, we're going to clean the lower burr. Reinstall the lower burr. Clean the screws as well. Now that the burrs are clean and the threads are cleaned as well, we can reinstall the upper burr. The upper burr should be very easy to get started and to thread into position. If it was requiring force to thread, try spinning it the opposite way, clockwise, and then go back counterclockwise until the threads easily catch. Once you have the burr tightened down by hand, You can use the burr removal tool to make sure it is snug. We do not need to use a lot of force, as the grinder will tighten the upper burr itself during operation. At this point, we have the Forte completely unclogged. We're ready to reinstall the hopper in the grounds bin and put it back into operation. After assembling the grinder, I recommend grinding a few grams at the coarsest setting to ensure all of the clog is purged through before returning to your desired grind setting.